how's your quarterback looking? How's he looking?
Man, he looks really, really good. And since I've known Jayden since he got drafted, he's always been a focused, determined, prepared player, a young guy, but now he's a vet. And this offseason, you can tell he's taking even more of a leadership role, more initiative of putting his hands on the steering wheel of this offense. I think it's no secret that Blough wants to build this offense around him, the things that he does really well. And I mean, there's countless things he does well. And, him being able to work under center and use more of the play action is only going to not only help him, but it's going to help the receivers, going to help the O-line, the running backs, the tight ends. And so I just think the biggest thing you can tell his voice is becoming more and more loud. He's a very laid back person. But from getting us together, throwing in LA, before OTA started to the way he's communicating in the meetings, him and I are having so many conversations, not only on the field, but through text. We were going into Memorial Day weekend and, Friday, guys are doing their plans and he's texting me about a route that we ran that day. And I'm like, all right, Five, like we cut on the weekend now. Like we could talk about this on Monday, but that's just the type of player he is. He's always locked in and focused on the task at hand, and you can just tell his personality is continuing to grow. And he's the leader that we want leading this team this year and every year. So it's just been really fun to be able to build with him. And I think for me, it's been different because I think this may be the first year I've had the same quarterback starting for 3 years,
Huh.
and that continuity goes such a long way. And so him and I are really hitting a lot of early marks now in OTA. So I believe it's going to continue to build as we get throughout the offseason.
And there's so many new offenses and new offensive coordinators around the league that I'm fascinated
Yeah.
to see, how it plays out. It was one of three in the division, as a matter of fact. With the Eagles hiring a new offensive coordinator. The Giants have obviously got John Harbaugh in the mix there now. And then there's you. You mentioned David Blough, the OC, in the conversation about it's a more pro style offense
Mhm.
that he's bringing in. You kind of just
Yeah.
referred to it a little bit. That is what is happening. And what more meat can you put on the bones there of what it's going to look like, Terry?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give away too much, but I just know he wants to be multiple. And the first thing he said about our philosophy, he wants the same things that look different and different things that look the same. And I take from that is you want things to marry together. You want formations that you could build off of. You have multiple formations that you could run same plays out of. You have different formations that you could give the defense a completely different look. But all encompassing it all makes sense as an offense. For a receiver, going from no huddle to a huddle, that's different. You know what I mean? It goes from a signal base to really being able to open your ears to what part of the play call is most important. I think I got to give Jayden a lot of credit because it seems like he's just really picked up the offense really quickly, and his calls out there when we're in OTAs are really clean and concise. So it allows the communication to be that much better. And so, I've been benefiting through OTAs of having a lot of similar stems and formations that allow me just to manipulate defenses more, manipulate the DB a lot more, and put them in a position of feeling like they maybe have to guess what I'm running because they just saw this same formation 2 or 3 plays ago, but it's a completely different concept. And as a receiver, that's music to my ears because you never want to feel like the defense has the upper hand on you. And, I feel like with this offense, we'll have a chance to not only be on the attack, but also be able to get back to things in the games that maybe been successful earlier in the first or second quarter. So I can't say enough great things about David Blough. He's an excellent communicator. He's been that way before he even got the offensive coordinator job. He's extremely personable and he's played the game. You know what I mean? He knows what it's like to be in our shoes extremely recently, and he knows the importance of putting playmakers in position to make plays. And he's been around so many talented offensive minds and offensive players. It's kind of seemed like it's come second nature for him to step into this role. And so even though this is his first opportunity, we're all excited to help support him and bring his vision to life because we all definitely believe that he has a chance to have a bright future in this league.
Number 9, Jayden Daniels, right there.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just applying logic. We know how good Jayden Daniels was his rookie year. He was out last year, and so to put him anywhere ahead of number 9 to me would have been crazy. But go ahead, Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, well, no, and you're saying it right, and damn, the guys that are in front of him, they're no slouches, they're no slappies.
Yes.
We're going to talk about some guys here over the next few days where you're going to go, damn, he's an awesome football player. But Jayden Daniels has superstar talent. You know that. You said it right. The year one was special last year, and part of his negativity, is his frame, his body. Is he going to be able to stay healthy? That's something you worry about with him. Gosh, I saw him a picture at OTAs last week, and, I still have the same concerns or thoughts when I see him sometimes and go, oh, my gosh, man, I wish he would just put a little bit more meat on his bones. And
Sure.
so you worry about that being an issue going forward. But really, as a player, there's really not much to worry about with Jayden Daniels. I mean, he does everything pretty awesome. I mean, again, we know the running special, his accuracy throwing the football. I mean, he rarely misses the target except on a few cases, and I'll get into that in a minute. But, of course, can make all the throws off his back foot, can throw its sidearm and do all of that. And he's a really awesome decision maker. So, Jayden Daniels is a guy that's number 9, and he could be number 3 or 4, next year or the year after. He's got that type of talent.
So he was number 5 on your list last year for good reason. And I'm wondering, Chris, if I guarantee you 17 games of Jayden Daniels, where do you think he would finish on this list? 17 games. He's healthy the entire season.
I don't know if it would make him bump more up this year, maybe a spot or two. It would be more about making me feel better in future rankings. I think that's really where I'd start to go, okay, he's learned how to play. He can stay healthy. We saw that in year one. So, hopefully he can replicate that. But this is something I think we're all going to question. And I think some of the people that didn't like him in the draft process, this was one of their big concerns. It's just, I don't love the body. I don't know if it's going to hold up. But the talent's real. And really, when you get into the negativities, to me, there's only, a few negative things about Jayden Daniels, and really only a few negative things about all these guys we're going to talk about from here on out, because they're awesome.
Yes.
They're superstars. But like power in his arm, okay, compared to some of the guys we're going to talk about here later and all that, it's not as powerful as some of them, right? He can't do that. When he does want to throw his fastball all the time, one thing that kind of jumped out to me, was that he can lose control of the football. Not like egregiously, not like you're like, oh my gosh, he missed that by 10 feet. But when he wants to throw a little juice on it, the ball might be up here and bounce off somebody's hands or be a little bit behind. That was something that jumped out to me watching him back on film. And, he could work on maybe some different arm angles and things like that as well. But other than that, it's nitpicky. And this is a big year for Washington, and it's a big year for Jayden Daniels in this aspect. We have David Blough, the OC, who's really unproven commodity. I know Jayden Daniels was not happy about Cliff Kingsbury being fired. That was not that was his guy. And I think that was a little bit more of an issue than people realize. And I don't know why he was fired anyways. I don't. I come back to the politics of coaching a little bit. And Dan Quinn might be on the hot seat. And he was like, wait, if the offense is good and I'm on the hot seat, they might fire me and hire Cliff Kingsbury. Hey, you're fired, Cliff Kingsbury. Get the hell out of the building. So now he doesn't have a threat. That's what it kind of seems to me from 10,000 feet above. But that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds.
I mean, technically, they could still do that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess they could. They could. Yes, they could do that. Yes, at some point during the year, no doubt.
So, Chris, Dominique Foxworth once told me, I texted him about something. I asked him about Lamar Jackson. He was on the sidelines for a Ravens practice, and I think it was his rookie year, maybe his second year.
Yeah.
And I said, how good is Lamar Jackson? And he said, the guy is so good on a field of world-class athletes. He stands out as the best athlete on this field. And I marveled at that response. That's the same feeling you get when you look at Jayden Daniels out there on an NFL field. He seems to be the best athlete on any field that he walks onto. Is that fair?
He's in the conversation. There's no doubt.
Yes.
I mean, he's definitely one of the most dangerous athletes that are out there when he's out there and he's healthy and going. And yes, that's what's awesome. And then, he's got the right approach as a quarterback and just the right touch overall to lead a football team. He never gets too high. He never gets too low. He plays big in the pocket. That's the other thing too when you watch him. He does. I mean, even though he's frail, he's tall and he can see over the linemen and make throws there when people are kind of in his face, and that's what I like. So yeah, Jayden Daniels maybe not Lamar status as far as an athlete, but it's up there, and he's damn special. And yeah, Washington's got themselves one, and him at quarterback.
The NFC East is going to be fun, huh? Jackson
It
Dart,
really is.
Jayden, yes, and Jalen Hurts. It's going to be fun.
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. I mean, we know the Eagles are good. I think the Giants are going to be a real pain in the ass, and I think the Cowboys are better than people realize. And then, like you're saying, Washington's made a lot of adjustments to their team. So I agree. I think it's going to be a much better division maybe than people realize. Yo, homies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Now keep following us through the offseason. We're going to take you all the way to the draft. You know that. We're going to be in the barn. Tune in for that. And then we got mini camps and a whole lot more.
Hit subscribe to get reminders for all of our live shows taping Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe, comment about his cool jackets every week. We'll see you next time. Peace out.